Not sure what happened, but my connection kind of cut off. So we're gonna try this again.
How's my favorite queen in the north?
You and Reynard, do you get along?
Like a cat and a hound. Get it? Because they call me...
Yes, your jests are easily understood. Far more difficult to enjoy.
That's probably true, in your royal high and mightiness's case.
Will you answer my question?
We get along because we must. Though it'd be far easier if he pulled the lance from his arse.
Haven't heard a truer word in a long while.
What was that?
Nothing. It's time I attended to other matters.
Alright, let's see what he has to say.
How go things, Reynard? You and Gascon get along now, I hope.
Well, you might say we've established a certain rapport, Your Grace.
Tell me more, friend.
I don't pry into his affairs, nor he into mine.
I'd prefer it if my commanders worked together more closely.
Your Grace, the man's a brigand.
Oh, Reynard. He was a brigand.
I must disagree, I fear. Yes, he stopped thieving for now, but only because it's convenient, so to speak. Gascon isn't a changed man. He still hasn't an ounce of honor, dignity.
Yet he has a unit of armed men, without which we'd be much worse off. Might not even have survived.
Agreed. The Strays are excellent fighters. I'd be the first to admit it. I only fear they might turn on us. Leap at our throats when we least expect it.
It's time I attended to other matters.
Hey, he doesn't trust anybody.
Yes, Your Grace?
No, I don't want to talk to you, fool.
It's time I attended to other matters.
Let's talk to Isabel.
Isabel?
Apologies. Thoughts consume me sometimes. Is there something you need?
Since we left Edirne, you've seemed unsettled.
I've seen many wars in my time. All ugly, all repulsive. But what the Imperials did at Aldersburg was... it was unforgivable.
Nilfgaard. That's what it does, Isabel. They seek here to repeat the rape of Sintra, the slaughter there.
Yes, I saw that. I was there. And at Sodden.
Then you know of what they're capable.
After Sodden, I took an oath never to take part in another war. Such suffering, such hatred, senseless, all those deaths.
Senseless deaths? Our troops sacrificed their lives in defense of their homeland, loved ones.
I must believe there's a better way. Forgive me, Mom. I must gather my thoughts. Never mind about me, though. I shall perform my duties to my utmost, as ever, as always.
You speak with my soldiers a good deal. Said so yourself. I'd like to know what about.
Corporal Larkin, Ma'am. Do you know him? Captain Oisin, perhaps? Or Lieutenant Tegan?
Of course I know them. Among my best. They've served me loyally for years.
You know them. But did you know that in fleeing Lyria, the corporal left behind a newborn daughter? His wife was in confinement when you gave the order to march. The corporal could not go to see them. And true, the captain has no wife, no child. But he's not seen his brother in 5 years. Never once been granted leave. Your General Odo's orders always taking precedence.
Allow me to guess. You shall now tell me Tegan abandoned his sick mother to follow me.
No, Ma'am. Count Caldwell's men murdered the lieutenant's kin. Retaliation for his joining your rebellion. He learned of this just recently.
Enough. You've made your point. Yet even were I to order them to return, they wouldn't listen. They know they've got nothing to go home to while Nilfgaard occupies our land. Duty calls. I must go.
Of course.
Man, she kind of made things a little somber. Did that just open up more? No. Okay.
Milady, they're an Oddrin in our ranks. Man calling himself that ran up quite the tab last night, then disappeared with nary a trace.
Huh. Alright, we got some upgrades. Ooh, we got some upgrades. Okay, mess stint time. Units, including artifacts, will take up 25% less of the recruitment cap. Let's take a look at these new ones because I want to see. Decrease the gold cost of creating units by 25%. Each unit gains 1 armor at the start of a battle. Ooh. They gain 1 armor? Holy crap. That means every unit gets an armor. Hold on. That's 25 and that's 250. Bruh. That would go a long way, but that's going to be expensive. And they gain 2 armor. 30 or 300. Okay. What's the next one? So Rivian Saper plus Zeal. Gain 1 charge. Damage an enemy and all enemies with the same power by 1. The Regiment Drummer. Order. Play the top unit from your deck. If it was a Blitz unit, repeat this ability. Oh, boy! We could really do some damage with that one. And the Grey Rider Plus. I like the Grey Rider Plus. So that's a prospect. Damage a unit by 5. If it's on a row with fire, damage all units on it by 5. Okay, so now we're talking deep strategy here, because if we use my fire guy, who you get here, the Strays Bomber, then you have Strays of Spala. The Bomber goes first, the Spala goes second. Wham bam, everybody takes 5 damage. And the Slingers are really good. 8,000 though, damn. Enables you to trade gold for wood or recruits, as well as wood for gold. Okay, let's see what these do. Mark a unit after 3 turns, switch its power with this unit's power. After 2 turns and turn start boost. Yeah, okay. Combined power of adjacent units, not just the one to the right. That makes it a little more useful. That's cool. Man, that's a good card too. So okay, so Wagenberg plus order. Okay, so Wagenberg is not on this first one, so damage all units on a row by this unit's armor amount. Then lose all armor. Gain 1 armor, whatever. So what is the difference between this one and the regular one? Mark an ally. When it's destroyed, move it to hand instead of graveyard. Then destroy self. Oh, cool. What is it saying is new on this one, though? So I think I'm leaning towards... These are all good. I'm leaning towards this one right here. These are both really good. 8,000 and 5,000. That's the problem. 8,000 is so expensive. Damage a unit by 5. And I set fire to a lot of my rows. And the existing cards upgrade, because I already have those in my deck. The Grey Rider and the Regiment Drummer are great. I think I would go for this one first, and then go for this one. So the 8,000. We have to save up 8,000. Alright guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this.
A hearty Mahakam welcome to you.
What an honor! Even the Arbalists salute us with cocked quarrels.
Oh, that well. An ounce of prevention saves a slag heap of trouble. None too shabby as views go, eh?
Mmm. Were it not for the howling wind, I'd make a sketch.
Alright. There's the objective, and here's a battle. Okay. $22 isn't bad. Go around it. Nothing here to see. We need 8,000. Alright, there's a fast travel spot.
Meve rode slowly, her surroundings interesting to her, her ears keen to take in the cacophony of sounds. The sharp whistle of wind rushing past towering peaks, the squeak of wagon wheels rolling over frozen snow, and the roar of beasts.
What the? I dare not venture a guess.
Gabor scratched his chin.
An ice troll. Or one of them Barbie Gaza bejabbers.
These beasts, are they tame? As the dragon?
Not in your life. Fierce horsens, every last one of them. Spring cleaning year past, 1 year bit my arm clear off.
Well, that's not encouraging.
The Queen's brow rose in a silent inquiry.
All right. You don't quite ken the context. Each spring, with the melting of the snows, a good bit of that filth comes out the ground. That's when Bruver Hoog summons all dwarves for spring cleaning. We cut down as much of the filth as we can, and that means relative calm the rest of the year.
Out of the corner of her eye, Meve noted a dark shape darting between rock formations. Calmly, she drew her sword and brandished it a time or two to warm up her stiff arms.
Seems it is our lot to assist you with this cleaning. Lyrians, arms at the ready. Prepare to fight.
Let's do this! Ooh, that's a cool picture. Ah! Do not let Brover die. Eliminate the Shalmar. Hint in one fell swoop. Yeah, okay. I got a fire card that's gonna really melt your whistle. Oh, and look, it's not in my deck right now. Let's change that. Well, I tried.
Stop standing around like corns on a toe! Get to work!
Okay. Alright, let's take a look here.
As you command.
Every 3 turns, on turn start, randomly damage enemies by a portion of Shalmar's current armor, then move to the other row. If on the melee row, damage the highest enemy by this unit's current level of armor. If on the ranged row, damage the lowest enemy by the unit's current number. Then set armor to 8. Interesting.
Naturally. At once.
Hey?
There we go.
Watch out! It's rolling our way!
Let's see what...
Ow!
Don't like this.
Your Grace, be careful.
Oh, I'm careful, don't worry.
I'll fight to my last breath.
You sure about that?
My pain serves a purpose.
All right. You got some splaining to do.
We did it! Yay! First try, that was nice.
As the wails of speared Shaelmars died down, the crowd of Mahakaman infantry parted. A dwarf stepped forth, grey as a snow fox, wrinkled as a prune. He walked with difficulty, supporting himself on a battle axe, its
Damn.
2 heads dripping blood.
This would be our elder-in-chief, Bruver Hoog.
And who might your guests be, Gabor?
Maeve, Queen of Lyria and Rivia, and her associates in court.
My regards, Elder. I come...
You come for something. Coin's my first wager. Fighting bodies my second. Well, what is it you want? I'm on in the years, aye, but I'm not gone dotty. Tja, you menfolk. You got to fall on hard times to remember us dwarves.
I've come with a design in mind I cannot deny. But hear me out and you shall see.
She's armed! Gabor! Why the devil did you let her in here like that? And without a sack o'er her head!
She has the leaden ring, Elder.
A gift from a king.
From Demavend, lassie, I ken that already. Trust a man, give him something of value, and he'll go and give it away as easy as a street whore gives away nubs. It's a good thing he didn't pawn it. Sons of humans.
I've travelled far to see you. Hear me out, I beg you.
Let it be my loss. Go on, haver away.
Nilfgaard has overrun my realms. It has overrun Edirn. The Blackclads are at the foot of Mahakam. They will seek to overrun your land sooner or later as well. We must act. We must react together, while there is still time.
Time? What do you ken of time, lass? Got how many summers to you? 40, maybe? Had you grown up amongst dwarven folk, at your age you'd be learning to crochet dolls. No more than that. I've seen 400 summers come and go. And I've been elder for 200. And you know what I've learned in that time? That meddling in your idiot scraps doesn't ever bring any good. Now, on a normal day, I'd have you all thrown clear out of this land I love. But you've the leaden ring, and that grants you the right to hospitality. And here, in Mahakam, laws and rights are sacred. You may stay in the pass long as you wish. Young Zigrin will serve as your guide. And once you've tired of the mountains, well, you ken the way down into the valleys. I bid you farewell.
My Lord Elder, with all due respect, we came to your aid. We smote the beasts with you, yet...
And who the demons is this one?
Count Reynard Odo.
Ho ho, Odo, Lodo, Bodo! You listen,
what?
Listen well. We didn't ask for aid, and you know why? 'Cause I've my dignity. Not like some. Mates and wenches! Spring cleaning's done, beast culling's over. Mount Carbon beckons us home. Follow me!
Your Grace, be not dismayed. We will find a way.
No, Reynard. We have lost. That's a depressing way to look at it. But yeah, honestly, with everything going on right now, you are pretty, up a creek at this point. I'm going to say the optimistic thing, but I do feel like we've lost.
True. Though damned if I know how. We have none other to whom we can turn, no other land where we can flee.
Let us convene in council, your grace. Consider together what's to be done. We've yet Redania, Temeria...
Your grace, might I draw you aside a wee moment, for a jabber?
Reynard, please excuse me. Well, what is it you want?
I ken the Elder-in-Chief dinna make a good first impression.
And the second? Is it any better?
To be quite frank, no. I'll try elsewise. Not all's lost, trust me. Bruver's a stubborn goat, no doubt about it. But a goat to be persuaded. And I happen to ken how.
The selfless impulse to help. I don't believe it exists. So before you describe how you aim to aid me, be kind enough to explain why you wish to do so. Unsolicited, mind you, and clearly against your elder's wishes.
A query of my own to answer yours. Do you ken when Bruver Hoog last strode down the mountains into your lowlands?
I know not. While King Sambuk sat on the throne?
Point of fact, never. Hoog was born here and he'll die here, like most Mahakaman dwarves. Whereas I'm a frequent visitor in your human lands. Been an emissary to royal courts, trade guilds, mummers, troops, and I've eyes. I can see all the rubbish goes on between yous. Nilfgaard's insatiable. The Blackclads'll not stop till they've put the whole continent neath their boot. From Ophir in the south to the Dragon Mountains in the north. Gods forbid they grip all the Nordlings' realms in their vice. 'Cause then we'll have their hordes all round, controlling all the trade routes, supply lines, diversions even. And then they'll control terms and prices. Ooh. We dwarves have never been on a lead, let alone a short one. So, in short, we'll all be better off with the Blackclads back across the Yaruga. And I've seen your grace. Seen you in battle. You've brawn and bite, and with the right support, you can drive them back. I ken that well.
Very well, I'm all ears. What must we do to spur Bruverhoog to aid us?
I might start with the thorn in our side that are beasts. A bigger thorn than most expect. See, in our never-ending search for gold, we dug deep, too deep, and reached abysses where monsters are born, or however they come to be. Soon as it turns a bit warmer, they crawl out to feed, and there's more every year. What you saw there, the spring cleaning, that's just light yearly upkeep. It dinna go at the source of the blight. Every spring we cull enough so we can live and trade and mine normal-like. But there are corridors in the upper valleys midst the peaks, where more lie waiting to pounce. So many, there's settlements that have done been abandoned.
I still fail to see how this relates to myself and Bruver.
Your Majesty, slay the beasts down to their last, and you'll win the hearts of the clans. All of them. And with the clans behind you, why?
I see what's going on.
The Elder'll have no choice. He'll bend an ear, treat you serious. You got two sites through which beasts swarm in great numbers. There's Davor's Abyss, and an abandoned underground settlement called Burr's Rump. Destroy those, collapse the corridors, problem solved.
You
I like all the dialogue
solution
options.
as simple and known. Why has Bruverhoog not gone at the matter?
You must learn one thing about us dwarves of Mahakam. Customs, traditions, why, we're obsessed. Goes thrice for Bruver. The Elder deliberates weeks on end. And that's in considering if we shouldn't wear suspenders, 'cause they might be through outside, and should thus be forbidden. We've a set of laws, the Four Dwarves Codex. One of its tenets says, dare ye not close a corridor once oped. So, no self-respecting dwarf can nor will do it. But you're free out with. The laws dinna apply. You've a free hand in sealing the corridors from which the beasts come. Collapse them, flood them, I dinna ken, but solve the grief once and for all.
And this, 'twould suffice.
I believe it would. But find you other ways to win the heart of a clan or brewer himself. Do so. Can he bring no harm?
You know, that might actually be a really good idea.
All this sounds rather toilsome, yet I do favour this to losing another moon seeking out a court where we would at first be welcomed, only later to hear another rebuke. You've my gratitude, Gabor. You've shown me a way. Very well. Let us think on these beasts. See what's to be done.
Well, there's a lot of resources. Come on, line my pockets with gold. I need 8,000.
I've come to the conclusion your Elder-in-Chief is not fond of guests.
Fond? That's near the quarter of it. He hates them, with seething passion. But you're damned lucky.
Why's that?
Let you in, didn't he? Mahakam was cordoned off completely from the outside world for many a long year. Clans finally forced Brewer to at least let in peddlers and emissaries. Though he dragged his feet as long as he could.
Quiet, wench. Or you'll scare the fish off.
Call me a winch one more time. Cool. Alright, so this is a dead end. We're gonna go for a fight here. And then there's a pathway that goes over here to this area. Oh man, we're gonna make our way up this mountain, probably over here. All the way to the mountain. Oh god. Okay, well let's do this. He's guarding a chest. Standard battle. Oh, it's a standard battle. Hell yeah. The Shalmar's lair. So it's a three fight thing. Ooh, this will be a good one. Every 2 turns, on turn start, give a random unit 4 armor. Yikes, and they gain resilience? That's not good.
Thing about slings, they hide well. Hey?
It's a standard battle. I'm gonna hold off. They're gonna have to play a few cards to catch up to my 52. Oh, they gave up. Okay, so they just gave up on that. Okay. Loyal. Did that just go straight to my graveyard? Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah!
Watch your heads!
They could have some good cards in there.
Again and again and again.
We'll catch 'em all!
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
I think I can win this in the full round. Okay. I'm gonna go and play all my cards.
Enough chit-chat. Draw your weapon.
It ate my fucking trinket. That was a good card I was gonna heal with. Well, that sucks.
Getting to work. Without hesitation.
At least here I get to pick what cards I'm using.
Catch!
You know what? Go ahead and play that. Throw the...
As you command.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
I'd hoped we could solve this some other way.
Suck it! Woo! I wanted to use my bone talisman if I'm being honest, but that's okay. We hear about order 5 barrels of cured beef, 40 junior sausage, pork, goose eggs. $900. So I can get that one, but the 8,000 was the better option based on what I'm using right now. So that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna save up another 3,000 gold and kind of play things by ear. Alright, so this seems like an optional area, and that seems like progress, so let's go ahead and do
Dwarves
this.
are demanding a pretty sum, but their steel's worthy of any crown.
Okay, so there's some stuff. Okay. Ooh, there's a puzzle. Two puzzles. So is that it? Just... Okay, the two puzzles are it. Use your leader's ability. Look into the eyes of your foe. What separates you is only a mirror. The depths of Myria. I fucked this up. Okay. The depths of Myria. Of course, there's this loud AF advertisement on YouTube. Okay, so it's green first. And then green again. Then blue. Then orange. Then red. Then blue. Then red. then red. That was ridiculous. Were those the same puzzle? Those were the same puzzle. Well, okay then. What's that new card I got? Ooh, I got a new letter. Damage all enemies by 3. I mean, you know, that makes sense, honestly. Your Majesty, a human traveler. He's offered to sell us a treasure map. He says he sought it out once but got caught in a blizzard and now fears to return to the mountains. Yet he swears by the gods, should he follow it exactly, we shall recover untold riches. Seize the map. So it's not there. Okay. So if I see railroad tracks, I'm good to go. I got that 50 coins back just now.
Meave noted a crowd of dwarves. They were several dozen, many holding baskets brimming with dried sausages, soft, puffy pretzels, and jugs of frothy beer.
What is this gathering?
She asked Gabor.
These folk, they're the parents of youngsters who are to return today from their Dreckthag.
Gabor proceeded to explain that the Dreckthag was a trek upon which the local dwarves would embark when they reached maturity. During this year-long voyage, young folk would taste of life beyond their home. Yet if they failed to return on time, they would be stripped of all rights and privileges accorded to Mahakam's natives.
See, in recent years, young folks' blood's been boiling on account of the strict laws in force here.
Gabor added.
So, we send them out. Let them taste life in the lowlands. Once they've learned for themselves what it's like to live among humans, they come back and ain't likely to complain.
Customarily, only a few dwarves ever decided to remain in the valleys for good. That year, however, was different.
Deadline's the Mora, and 40 Dreckthagers still haven't returned.
Their parents now worried if some misfortune had not befallen them. The Mahakaman Guard had sent out patrols to the near reaches of the valleys. They returned not having seen anything distressing, while the humans living at the foot of the massif had been largely unwilling to talk. The guard captain, a dwarf with a fiery red beard, removed his helmet, wiped the sweat from his brow, and addressed Meave.
Your Majesty, we need to find our youth. Perhaps you'd be willing to go out and search. Human folk are more like to tell you if they saw anything out of the ordinary of late. Naturally, there'd be something in it for you too.
One could say I myself have lost a son.
Meave gripped the captain's hand firmly.
And I know well the pain that comes. I shall do all in my might to spare you at least that.
Meave set off, the hopeful gazes of the dwarven parents bidding her farewell. The Queen sent a scout ahead. Sometime later, she heard his horn. 3 blasts, 2 short, 1 long.
An ambush!
Neve expected to combat beasts or robbers. Yet upon her force descended warriors with squirrel tails attached to their helms. Scoia'tael.
Scoia'tael? I thought we were done with those forest-dwelling buttheads. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and knock those out.
Scoia'tael! Don't let them escape!
Standard battle, okay. Standard battle.
I shall not
nice.
fail!
I hate these dudes. Man, these cards are so good against mine. Okay.
The chase is on!
Know if anyone's got any hooch left.
The Scoia'tael are a plague. They blight all they touch.
Ow!
Only death here for Dwan.
Sod it. Sod it all.
That's why I waited.
Got a hearty hankering for Gwent.
Every turn, on turn end, boost self by 1 if Biting Frost is on the enemy row. Sucks to be you that Biting Frost is not on the enemy row, bro. They got rid of the... I didn't use the fire. Okay. Damage all units on up by 5.
Hi-ho! Hi-ho!
We're going all the way. I don't care. We're going for a two round win. I do not give a mother snap right now.
Catch!
Oh, my little egg.
I smell a leak.
None shall tread on us!
I'll fight to my last breath.
Now we will see who is weak.
Alright, so let's play this smart. Do I pull out a Grey Rider to boost or to buff? Because I think that's the call. Or do I play a drummer? I think I'm going to do the Grey Rider.
As you command.
And then now I'm going to play this
Getting to work.
Zeal. Hold back on the second one. Pull out the second Grey Rider.
Naturally. At once.
Now I'm going to put it on her. Call out another unit.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
They used to tire my tongue about that.
I'd hoped we could solve this some other way.
Now we must stick together.
The storm is coming. Let's enjoy the weather while we still can.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Elven blarney.
And just when you thought things were about to get dull.
Scoia'tael! Attack!
Company! Forward march!
All right.
Aye.
I'm just buffing it for the sake of buffing it. Oh, it's great. Okay, I'm done.
They're so
That was
young.
insane.
No wonder they were easily manipulated.
As soon as the battle had come to an end, the prisoners were brought before the Queen. All, without exception, were dwarves, and all looked to be youthful dwarves.
Youthful?
Mystery solved.
Muttered Meve. In fact, these were the missing Drechthaggers. Instead of returning home, they had enlisted with guerrillas fighting for non-human rights.
Wow.
What had prompted so drastic a decision?
I was impatient.
Wanted badly to turn 50. I couldn't wait to see human cities. Vitsima, Tretogor, Novigrad.
Said one of the dwarven prisoners while pressing a bandage to a bleeding wound.
And you know the welcome that awaited me there. I was spit upon and called names. I saw ghettos, massacres. And how was I to go back to the mines after that? We must fight while we still can. Before the humans come to cut us down, we must tell the rest of ours the same. Pull all Mahakam into the fight.
Maeve's soldiers stood waiting for her to protest, to accuse the dwarf of lying. But the queen could not pretend she did not understand why the dwarf had taken her.
Yeah, that's kind of a good point.
Without entering into a discussion, she ordered the prisoners taken to be tried and judged by their kin and elders. Along her way, Maeve heard cries. She rushed to see what the ruckus was about. Upon seeing Black Rayla spattered with blood, she expected the worst. Reynard could only confirm the queen's fears.
She entered the wagon unnoticed. The wagon carrying the prisoners. She then cut their throats, one by one.
40 dwarves. Alone.
They were shackled. They could not defend themselves.
Rayla had nothing to say in her defense. In point of fact, she exuded pride.
Mahakam had been free of Scoia'tael, till now. We'd have done all a questionable thing about bringing back a wagon full of
That's so dirty.
squirrel tails. They'd have posed as martyrs for a just cause. They'd have shown off their scars and persuaded the clans to make war on humans. All that deserved to be nipped in the bud.
Maeve could see the blood rushing to Reynard's head. When he finally spoke, it was clear he was holding the reins of his emotions, preventing himself from exploding with some difficulty.
Your Grace, we must banish her, drive her off. This was in no way ordinary insubordination. This was a grave crime.
Your Majesty, you know I rarely meddle in your affairs,
said Isbel.
Yet for this I cannot remain silent. This woman must go.
Man, this is a tough one because Rayla's one of my best cards in my deck, and her ability is why I won that last fight and why I'm winning a lot of my fights. Her paired with Xavier is like a combination that destroys the other side. I know that she just murdered a bunch of people, but like, they're gonna have to deal with it.
I neither accept nor condone what Rayla did. Yet, there is a war on. And she is one of the best warriors I have under my command,
said the Queen.
Naturally, I shall punish her. But I cannot banish her.
Reynard opened his mouth to say something, but upon spotting Rayla's scornful smile, he turned on his heel and marched off without a word. He was later seen in the mess tent, drinking alone, his eyes fixed on the bottom of his tankard. The Lyrians remained silent throughout their return. Upon spying their downcast eyes and somber means, the dwarves awaiting the return of their offspring dispersed to their homes, leaving baskets full of treats in the snow. No one asked any questions of Maeve. Luckily so, as the Queen would not have known how to answer.
Dang,
Mom,
that's easy.
Come to tell you, I must leave your army.
What? Why?
Against my better judgment, I joined you to heal your wounded. I realize now that was a mistake.
What exactly do you mean?
What you did runs counter to all my beliefs. You had your reasons, and have them still, I know. Yet I've
So now she's going to leave my army instead of the other person. I didn't use your card that much, so I'm not really upset about that. But I did like the fact that you healed my troops a lot.
Is there anything that would make you stay?
No, Mom. Farewell.
So be it. Good luck and Godspeed is...
That is very rough. That's gonna hurt because I liked her card. She was really, 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 really important to my deck. But I liked Black Rayla. Her card is really useful. She can pull cards straight from my deck onto the battlefield, and I can choose what they are. Versus her just healing for the amount of damage our team has taken. It kind of sucks that it was one or the other, but honestly, it's the lesser of two evils, honestly, losing the healer. So I'm gonna end it there. My team is not happy. Oh my god, the morals are down. Hey, let's light this real quick. Hey, come on guys, be at least neutral about it. And then they'll get over it. And we'll go ahead and explore the next section of the game here in a second. This is getting really good. Like, the more and more I get into this, the more and more lore I find about this world, and it's really, really cool to see all of that. And I think this is going to be a very exciting section. So until next time, guys, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.